Hey, what's up guys, Mr. Shuckles here today, and today I want to talk about how you can prepare for the House of Wolves DLC. What exactly that you're going to need, what you're going to want, and how you can acquire it, and why they're important. Alright, so let's get started. First things first, Glimmer. Glimmer is going to be huge, guys. Obviously the cap is going to stay at 25,000 for Glimmer, and I currently don't have a lot because I have spent it like crazy on engrams leveling up my Cryptarch just to end up getting more of my materials. I've just literally been buying those things so I can dismantle them for Hadronic Essences and Sapphire Wire, etc. Just because you're going to need a bunch of those to upgrade the new gear. You're actually going to need about 50 of those per legendary on all of the new gear, so that's why I've been stockpiling on those things. Basically what you're going to do is stockpile everything possible because it's all irrelevant now. You can also trade in Glimmer for materials, and materials for Glimmer, etc., vice versa. You saw that in the Twitch stream. If you guys did watch it, if not, I'll leave a link for that in the description below. So also, see these Glimmer relics right here. I have about 30,000 worth of Glimmer just sitting in my vault waiting for the DLC to drop, because when you get your exotics and you want to upgrade them, it's going to cost 1,500 Glimmer, 25 weapon parts, and 1 exotic shard. So say you have 10 exotics, that's going to be 15,000 Glimmer alone just to upgrade your old stuff. That doesn't even include what you're going to be spending on the new legendaries and your new exotics that come out. Here also, let's talk about these new things. So when it comes to upgrading your new armor that you're going to be able to acquire, if you guys decide to not use your old stuff, it's going to cost you 80 materials per legendary and 50 to 60 for exotics. So we're talking relic iron, helium filament, spin metal, and spirit bloom. So make sure you guys are stockpiling on that, and I'm going to show you how you do that really quickly. You go through and how you're going to spend your marks at the Vanguard of the Crucible and purchase a bunch of these. I personally recommend the Vanguard just because when you do a Vanguard you get 6, whereas if you do a Crucible you can either only get 2 or 3 for a win. And so they both take out the same amount of time to complete, so strikes are obviously the faster way to do it, as well as completing the weekly and the nightfall. If you do 10 strikes weekly in the nightfall, you have between 80 and 90, so here you'll see me look at my marks and then I just get rid of them all. And the reason I spend it on the materials instead of buying a weapon is because, or armor, if you dismantle the weapon or the armor, all it's going to give you is 2 or 3 shards or energies. And with the DLC, you can just buy those at this point with Glimmer. And so stockpile all of your Glimmer, and stockpile all of your character upgrades, like your Hadronic Essences, as well as your spin metal, and etc. Because those are what you can control. RNG will decide whether you get shards or energies from public events, from doing the Vault of Glass, etc. This is what you guys can control, and this is why I think that you need to really focus on being able to save all of this stuff up for the DLC. And when it comes to each new legendary, each new exotic, it's going to cost between 3,000 to 5,000 Glimmer just to upgrade those. So obviously the old ones is only going to, you won't lose progress, you can just use the Etheric Light when it drops and upgrade your stuff. So stockpile all this stuff, and as soon as you get that Etheric Light, you can upgrade all your old stuff, and then when you get to the new things, you're going to have enough Glimmer saved up for it. Alright, so when it comes to Reforging, Reforging costs 1 Mode of Light, 3 weapon parts, and 250 Glimmer. The best way, in my opinion, to get the Mode of Light is to obviously do the bounties every single day, and make sure you always have the Nightfall bonus. I think it takes about like 10 to 12 games of the Crucible to do it, or just go around killing a bunch of enemies with the Nightfall bonus if you're doing patrol missions, which I think is obviously the best way, because patrol will help you not only gain experience, but it also goes through and allows you to increase your faction by quite a bit. I'm going to make a video on that later, but like 10 minutes worth of patrol and just how much experience you can gain for your faction within that 10 minutes. So that pretty much wraps it up, guys. Let's just take a recap real quick, just to make sure you are stockpiling your Glimmer, stockpile all of your Glimmer relics, your character materials, and get as many marks as possible and spend them. However, 2 to 3 weeks prior to the, let's say about 1 to 2 weeks, depending on how much you play. I can get 200 and max it out in a week. I mean, not all of you have that time, but then save that up and have 200 for each faction when it first opens up, and the DLC comes out, and then you can go through and purchase the new gear. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, if you hit that like button, I'd really appreciate it, and if you guys could subscribe, that would be awesome. And as always guys, thanks for watching, and until next time.